Let's talk Dolphins instead. Let's be somewhat optimistic about the Dolphins, although there's been some articles recently released about the Dolphins that aren't so positive. Looking at Brian Miller on FinFanatic, he says AFC East quarterback rankings do not see Tua at the top following the draft. As you would expect, the article goes on to say Josh Allen is considered the best quarterback in the AFC East, followed by Tua, then Aaron Rodgers, question mark right there, and then finally Drake May. I guess question mark on Drake May. I don't think that's going to be that's not too crazy. But here's another interesting one that I want to talk about, Vlad, right now. Dallas Robinson of Pro Football Network does not have the Dolphins making the playoffs next season. That's scary. I'll tell you who he's got in the AFC. Kansas City, Texans, number 2. We're going to talk about the Texans in the next segment, too. Cincinnati Bengals.
So these are the top teams in the AFC.
This is his prediction on who will make the playoffs next season after the draft.
So number 1, he has KC.
Number
2 is Houston.
That's the popular pick.
So let me guess. 3 will be Baltimore and Cincinnati?
No. Cincinnati.
4 is Baltimore?
4 is Buffalo.
5,
the New York Jets. 6, Baltimore. And 7, Indianapolis Colts. All better than the Dolphins. All better. So Kansas
is Buffalo
City,
really is Buffalo better than Miami right now?
I mean, I would say no, but Vlad, the record speaks for itself. I mean, we had
I you know what? Since he is the Dolphins' daddy, yeah.
We had every reason to beat.
So the Bills are still slightly ahead of the Dolphins.
That's only because of track record. Because of track record.
And 17.
They got a little worse this offseason, it seems like, at least on paper.
On paper, I think the Jets have the most loaded team in the division, but the Dolphins have owned the Jets, so therefore I still have to see it. Still showing proof. He's coming back from an injury, 40 years old.
Right, that's the question mark.
Let's see what's going on, but they did shore up the offensive line and added a weapon in Malachi Corley. So we'll see. But I, obviously, you know where my allegiance is. I think they're the most complete team in the division. Nobody's going to talk about the Patriots. Okay, so now let's talk. Now we take a look at the other teams in the conference.
That's my thing. No question about Kansas City.
Kansas City's, but that to me, they're the only team in that division to even talk about. Right. Like, it's a show and prove with Herbert and Harbaugh's first season in LA. They don't know what the quarterback situation in Denver is going to be. Is Bo Nix going to start? Who's Jarrett Stidham? Zach Wilson? Like, nobody knows. The Raiders, who's their quarterback? Gardner Minshew?
I mean, that O'Connell guy.
So KC's got locked down.
Okay.
AFC South.
Oh, KC's got it locked down.
AFC West.
The Chargers?
Yeah.
They're better than they're with Jim Harbaugh. And
who's the defending champs? Caution. So let's move on.
Okay, so you don't think the Chargers are going to make some?
Who's the defending champs?
No. But I'm saying,
I'm sorry.
It's not a foregone conclusion.
Who's the 2-time defending champs?
It's not a foregone conclusion.
And who's the team that's won the division like the last 8 years?
I don't think it's a foregone conclusion.
No, you know what? It's 5-gone conclusion.
Okay. Houston Texans, they're the hot team. Texans are going to have a little more trouble this year because no one's overlooking them. Like they, for a lot of part last year, they did.
To me, it's a 3-team race in that division. I need to see what Sunshine's going to do. Like, there's a lot of pressure on him because everybody's been waiting to anoint Trevor Lawrence as the next one. And this past season was supposed to be the year that they made the move. Like, what everybody's expecting Houston to do this upcoming season, is the same expectations everybody had with Jacksonville in 2023, for 2023. Indy, we'll see what Anthony Richardson's going to do. If he's going to stay healthy, if he can improve. Because Gardner Minshew, as much as I knocked him for being the Raiders quarterback now, he did a pretty good job. But
serviceable.
But I look at him like Ryan Fitzpatrick. It's good for a short stint, but if you having him to be your quarterback for a long period of time, it doesn't usually end up well.
Cincinnati Bengals, no brainer. Joe Burrow healthy.
Yeah, the AFC North.
Nobody wants to mess with him.
So let me finish AFC South. Tennessee should be improved, but I don't think they're going to do anything. Indy, Houston, Jacksonville are going to fight for that. Now you go in the AFC North, Cousin. AFC North is a free-for-all.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about 4 quality teams right now. Cleveland, will Deshaun Watson ever get back to the Deshaun Watson?
Pretty good without him last year.
But will he ever get back to the Deshaun Watson before the the massage and all the craziness. If he gets back to that old Deshaun Watson, that Cleveland team is ready to strike. Cincinnati,
we know what they're capable of.
If
They're
they-
good with their backup quarterback, Jake
right?
Browning.
But they lost weapons, and there's is
Right.
T. Higgins going to be there to start the season? There's prominent players on their defense that wants an added, wants a new contract. Cincinnati's not going to pay. We're going to see, but Burrow's going to come back hopefully fully healthy this year. I don't, and he has Jamar Chase. They did let what was the running back's name? Joe Mixon go. So we'll see. Baltimore,
I expect them to be great.
I expect them to be good as well. They drafted very well. Pittsburgh, unbelievable draft they had. Russell Wilson has no excuse. They got him receivers. He has a running back. He has an offensive line, and he has that vaunted Steeler defense.
Mm-hmm. And he's got the coach.
And he's got the coach.
Mike Tomlin, who doesn't lose.
And they got a backup.
Doesn't have losing seasons.
And they have a backup in Justin Fields waiting.
Yep.
So if you're looking at this conference right now, you got 3 teams in the AFC East, all the teams in the AFC North, 3 teams in the AFC South, and 1 team really in the AFC West. We still got to see. I think the Chargers will improve, but I don't know if they're going to be a team that's going to make a playoff run. No. So right now, by that list, where do they probably have Miami as what, the 8th or 9th best team in the conference?
Definitely below the Indianapolis Colts.
I think Miami's better than Indy.
I do too. I do believe that. And I mean, Josh Richardson, question mark. I don't know. That's kind of weird. But the thing that will continue on to will they sign him to an extension, the contract, what's it going to be? Haven't seen anything yet. I don't think that affects the way Tua plays, to be honest with you, because, and I understand he went out in a cold weather game against Kansas City. He could have gotten paid. There were some circumstances that kind of kept him from that, but he could have played against Buffalo better that last game of the regular season where there was perfect weather and there was no problems and he didn't exactly ball out. So I still think the Dolphins are good enough to get into the 6th or 7th spot in the AFC.
Nah, man, Miami's good enough to compete for the AFC East Division Championship. Like not the 6th or 7th seed. Like they're able to compete for the division.
Yeah,
if any year you can. There's been a drop off for Buffalo.
Yes, the Jets are a huge question mark.
It's just a quarterback.
Yeah,
I'm not. If he stays healthy, I got no problem.
You got a good defense.
I got a great defense.
Absolutely, no worries about of course, New England Patriots. They're trying to kind of figure things out as things go.
Yeah. But that's why you made the move to get a Odell Beckham Jr. And
that's a good move.
And what is
Chop Robinson?
We're in May 5th, right? Cinco de Mayo. So that means in 27 days, a lot of guys are going to be available.
Mm-hmm.
The June 1st cuts are going to happen. A lot of guys are going to be available. And Miami's supposed to have nearly like 20. If I might be wrong, but I think they're supposed to get like 25 to 28 million after the June 1st cuts. That's when Howard's contract goes away, and
Emmanuel
Agba as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be some good quality veteran free agents that's going to be available that you would love to include in your roster. Calais Campbell's name has been mentioned. Bring him back. Former U guy comes back to Miami, plays with Miami.
There are articles that are echoing your sentiments, Vlad, that Mo Kamara is a steal of a deal.
I said it, man.
Mark the words.
I said that. I'm like, that was a hell of a pick. That was a hell of a pick. And I think the problem with a lot of fans, because you could tell they don't watch sports like that. You know what I mean? Like they can watch whatever is prominent, whatever the big game, whatever everybody's talking about. But whatever you're good. You have a life, you have kids, you got family, whatever it is. But just because you don't know the person or the player doesn't mean that others don't. And when they're trying to put you on and school you on, that was a hell of a pick in the 5th round. Yes, because those guys are going to play immediately because you don't know the status of Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb.
Right.
So you're going to have Chop Robinson and Kamara. they're gonna get snaps. They're gonna get significant snaps. That's good. That is a good thing. Depth in the defensive line, depth in pass rushing is something you need. You need
Yeah,
to
we
get
had
to the
nothing-
quarterback.
Nothing last
Right now,
year at
you
the
got
end of the
nothing.
season.
I don't think Pat even get touched in that wild card game.
From what I remember, there wasn't a lot. There wasn't a lot of anything going on for the Dolphins in that game, except for that to Tyreek Hill reception for a touchdown.
And that too, when he got hit and the ball went like
Oh,
out of bounds.
Oh yeah, he threw some bad passes. But
It was like 30 yards. It was like the best throw he threw all game was the one out of bounds.
And I'll say this, I mean, you and I talked about how Miami isn't quote unquote a home field advantage. It's not so much an advantage that the other team has to come down here. It's an advantage because Miami doesn't have to go up there.
That's the thing.
That's the home field advantage.
It's the worst home field advantage.
No,
bro.
it's a great home field advantage because cold weather is not very conducive to victory.
It's not a great. The only way it's only great if the other team is like, oh, I need water, like dying like that. But guess what? They've been dying to see some type of warmth. You don't think the Buffalo Bills were happy to be playing in Buffalo? I mean, in Miami, end of the game of the season. Come on,
man, they got us. They got us.
But they know that. But they listen. That's like a vacation to them. Oh my God, I'm gonna be playing in shorts, short sleeves. I don't have to bundle up. But it's the other way around. You saw that last Hard Knocks when they had to go to Kansas City.
Yeah,
the equipment probably had to have a whole truck just to keep them warm.
Mhm.
It was like all the warm like jackets.
So it is a home
gloves.
field advantage.
It's a home field advantage. It's for who?
For us if we play in Miami because we can deal with.
It's
not
home
being
field advantage
cold.
because you guys don't
Right,
have to
'cause you
leave.
go to the cold.
You
Yeah,
don't
'cause
have
you
to go to the cold. But it's not a home field advantage because the other team is not like, oh my God, we got to go to Miami. Ooh.
Yeah, no team.
You know what I mean?
No team is like, oh God, we gotta go to Miami.
Oh my God, I got to go to Miami. No, I've never heard a team say that. But I've heard Miami's like,
Well, Buffalo did one time complain that they were in the sun. They had to sit in the sun and everything.
That's
like
whatever. That's in September. Whatever. You're gonna be in the sun. Calm down. Whatever. That's
Tom
just
Brady, most games lost against the Miami Dolphins.
yeah. But then what happens when they go to New England? I've also seen them put up 50 burgers in Miami.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've never seen Miami put up 50 burger in New England.
It happens. All right. Well, I still think we make the playoffs this year, but time will.
Do you?
tell. I do.
Right now,
yes.
on May 5th, you think you win the division?
No, I'm not going to do that.
But you think they make the wild card?
Yeah, I still think they're 6 or 7. I do. I mean, you got Tua still. You got
right,
Mike McDaniel.
Let's automatically. Kansas City's Kansas City, so they're number one automatically.
And we're gonna ask questions. They're gonna lose.
Give me the other 16. Give me Kuzan what your 6 teams. Because Kansas City's automatic. Like that, we might as well just pencil them in.
I say Kansas City easy.
They already penciled in. Don't even mention
Cincinnati easy.
Okay.
Baltimore easy.
So that's 2 in the same division. Okay, that's 3.
I mean, I can see Houston getting back in, but not being as good as they were last.
So do they win the division? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, I don't know.
So do you have 2 teams in the AFC South making it?
I got Houston, I guess.
So you got Houston. So that's 4.
So I mean, the Jets are such a question mark, but I got Buffalo and Miami making it.
So you have Buffalo, Miami, Cincinnati, Baltimore, Houston, Kansas City. So who's the 7th team?
7th team in the AFC.
It's not Indy because you have Miami better than Indy.
I do have them better than Indy. I don't. Let's see. I told you. I think the Chargers are the team this year.
Wow.
I do believe in the Chargers with their coach Harbaugh and, of course, Justin Herbert.
Okay.
I do believe the Chargers. I mean, I don't think Kansas City is just going to go for a lark when they have to worry about the Raiders and the Chargers. And
they never been worried about no Raiders and damn Chargers. They're nothing.
Nothing.
They're nothing.
All right.
You think 15 is scared of them? Man, please.
He's not scared of nobody.
15's not scared of nobody. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's automatic. Just pencil Kansas City in. They're in the playoffs. They won the AFC West already. They're in. I need to know who the other 6 teams are. That's what I'm saying. So when you saying that, so from your calculations, Miami, Buffalo, Cincinnati, Baltimore,
yes,
Houston, Kansas City, Chargers.
Yes.
Okay.